Hi there, in today's episode of Be Your Own Guru TV, I'm going to be looking at what blocks us. Now, whether that's what's blocking us from our intuition or whether what's blocking us from moving forward in life. I'm going to be talking about that today. So interested? Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Julie Kay, and I believe you have all the answers to your life within. And in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you some of my tips and inspiration so that you can become your own guru. That way, you can confidently drive your own life and your own happiness.
So in last week's episode of Be Your Own Guru TV, I talked about the two sides of self, how our spirit self and our physical self sort of work together but work very differently, and how they're both communicating with you simultaneously. Now this week I want to zone in more on the physical side of self, because that's the side of us that keeps us stuck or keeps us disconnected from our spirit. And because we are in a physical body, of course, it's always going to be at the forefront. So firstly, let's just do a little bit of a review. So last week I explained that the physical side of self speaks to us through our intellectual mind, which is the thoughts that we create and think. Now those thoughts are always filtered through our belief systems and our perceptions. So how we see ourselves, how we see the world, how we see other people, which is very unique to us. And we didn't come here with these beliefs and perceptions. We've learnt them through being here. And we've learnt them through our childhood, through our life experience, through our education, and through the cultural and ancestral programming that we've taken on from the families and the culture and the world that we've been born into. So all of that learning has today given you a vibration of the way that you now look at and perceive the world around you. And that's very unique to you, because not everyone's had the exact same upbringing as you, and not everyone has had the same life experiences as you. Now, I like to go deeper than that, because I believe that nothing in this world is random. You are not random. I'm not random. The stuff that's happening to us in this world is not random. It is all in perfect balance to the way that it is meant to be, because I feel we're all here to learn. And I subscribe to the fairly common belief that this is school. Okay, so if you really think of the physical side of self, that whole belief system and that has come from learning. So this to me is always the learning side of self. So what the hell are we learning? Well, you can actually identify what it is quite easily with what you're learning through looking at your soul lessons. And your soul lessons will be very unique to you. And when you understand your soul lessons, you'll have an understanding of why you have experienced the childhood that you have, or the life experiences that you have, because they will be written in your soul lessons that you've chosen to learn in this lifetime. So why do we get stuck? We get stuck because in all these experiences and these learnings and everything that we've had, we've formed our own belief systems, and we've formed also an emotional pattern, an emotional filter, which everything gets filtered through. Now, it will be your belief systems and these emotional patterns will be the reason that you can't move forward or you get stuck in life. So let's first look at the belief systems. So the belief system is, like I said, what you believe at the moment, and I say at the moment because this can be changed. At the moment is your reality of how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of, and what you believe the world is capable of. Now we know that three people can have the exact same experience but give you 3 completely different versions of it and 3 completely different stories of it. And those stories will be based on where they've evolved to through their belief systems. So if you don't believe something, you're not going to be able to achieve it. Full stop. Because you've already sold yourself out, or it's just not in your belief system. So if you don't believe in psychics, if you don't believe that the intuition is real, or if you don't believe that you can do it, you're selling yourself out. You're going to fail. You've set yourself up to fail because it's a belief system within you that will sabotage you every time. So that is a major block, I find, to people connecting to their intuition, which is why, like I did last week, I like to break things down and simplify it and give them little bits of evidence that they're already connected to their intuition. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about the spirit side of self next week. But back to our belief systems. So not only do you have a thought and a belief about what you're capable of, you also have a feeling that is connected to that as well. And you know, our mind is very good at going back and dragging up all our past stuff where we've been let down and how that feels, and you know, all our emotional stuff where things have gone wrong, and that sits in your vibration as well. Now, to evolve means that we grow, that we get to the next level. And in order to do that, we have to do something different to what it is that you're doing today. And so it's a good time to examine what are your emotional patterns that are keeping you stuck? What are your belief systems that are keeping you stuck? And then looking at what it is that you need to change in order for you to evolve and move forward. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And we all came here to evolve into our destiny, evolve into the gifts that we actually have within us, that it's very unique to us, and what our role is here on the earth plane, which is all very different, because we are all very different. And you know, we're not all meant to be speakers, we're not all meant to be healers or psychics. You know, there are people that are meant to do other stuff that's just as amazing. And that could be just being a mum who is so loving and beautiful to her children and the children in the neighbourhood that she brings love to the earth plane that way. So we all have a purpose. And I feel our highest purpose is love. And one of the hardest things that you're ever going to do in this lifetime is to learn to love you. And that's not in an I love myself kind of way. That's in a balanced, I am worthy, I respect myself, I deserve to be here and to be happy. That's what I feel our general purpose is to being here, is to find that love within ourselves. Because once we can find the love within ourselves, we can definitely see the love in others in a much more balanced way, where we're not selling ourselves short for attention or selling ourselves short because we don't have the confidence to stand in our power. And I feel the biggest challenge that we're ever going to have in this lifetime is the challenge of loss. We're going to lose stuff. We're going to lose relationships. We're going to lose loved ones. We're going to lose jobs. We're going to lose possessions, money. Loss is one of the biggest challenges in this lifetime, which we will all experience at some stage. So our biggest challenges, loving thyself and the lesson of loss. So is this life going to be easy? No, it's not, but it does have other gifts. It does have a beautiful gift of being here on the earth plane, where we can have physical love, we can hold our loved ones, we can, put our feet in the sand, we can feel the ocean, you can hug your fur babies. So there are gifts to being here in the earth planes as much as what there are challenges. And I spoke about yin yang last week. Wherever there's one side, the other side has to exist. So we have gifts, we have challenges. So how do we evolve into the person that somewhere within you know you came here to be? Well, it takes inner work, and there is no magic pill. No one can give you a healing and you can be instantly transformed. It is a journey that you will take. Life is a journey. And once you start to connect to what it is that your spirit is trying to guide you to or guide you through, then you're going to be able to take that journey a lot easier and less stressed and less emotionally. Now, you've probably all heard or know that we have to do the inner work. Now, Oprah didn't get where she is today without some inner work, without evolving. Even one of my favourite teachers, Dr. Wayne Dyer, he did not get to where he was when he passed immediately. There was evolving that he did. There was stuff that he had to let go of. There was stuff that he grew into, learnings he had to undertake. You know, I remember listening to one of his talks where he had an addiction, where he wasn't a faithful person. So, you know, we don't stay, or we're not meant to stay who we are back here. We're forever evolving. We're forever turning into the person that we came here to be. But the first thing that you're going to have to do is to face yourself on the inside and identify the belief systems that you have that are holding you back and the emotional patterns that you are carrying that are also holding you back. And once you know what they are, then you can start moving forward. Then you can start moving the changes and evolving. So if you feel like you're a hamster that got stuck on the hamster wheel and it just keeps going around and around and around, where you're attracting and experiencing the same things over and over again, whether that's failed relationships, whether that's your money issues, whether that's job issues, you know, it's saying, get off that hamster wheel. You've got something to learn here. The way that you're going to move forward is to learn more about yourself. Learn more about, well, I believe, what you're here to learn, but through what that is, your belief systems that are holding you stuck and your emotional patterns that are holding you stuck. Because that's what the physical side is going to do. It's going to, through your mind, through your intellectual mind, which has its gifts, but its challenge is that it can certainly hold you stuck and you know, going around in fear and in worry and in trying to work things out in your head, which, as I spoke about last week, is not usually where you'll find your answers. So how do we do the inner work? Well, that's the reason that I actually wrote this book for my clients. I wrote this book called The Lessons of Love and Life, Awakening to Self-Love and Happiness. So I wrote that specifically to give people a map or a way that they could go deep within, have a look at what their soul lessons are, have a look at what the emotional patterns are that are holding them back and the belief systems are, and then how to start to change them. So if that interests you or resonates with you, it's available on my website. I'll put a link below. The PDF's $7.95, not much more than a cup of coffee, or you can buy it in the hard copy. But whatever you do, this side of self, the physical side of self, with its beliefs, with its perceptions, is what is holding you stuck. And whether that, like I said, is connecting to your intuition or whether it's keeping you stuck from moving forward in your life, there is something that your ego side of self needs to learn and evolve for you to learn and evolve. Now, there are many ways that you can do that. Like I said, I've written the book to give people that are wanting the spiritual version or a way to look at both the way their spirit and their physical body comes into it, then that's my way. But there are many people that can help you make a connection to your inner world. So go with your heart, go where you're guided, go with what your spirit is telling you. Now, next week on Be Your Own Guru TV, we're going to be looking more at the intuitive side of self, the spirit side of self. And I'm going to give you a few more tips in how that speaks to you and giving you a little bit of a lesson on the intuitive. Now, please like, share, or subscribe to the Be Your Own Guru TV channel. And that way you'll be kept updated for what's coming up in the coming weeks. Have a wonderful week. I will see you same time next week. Bye for now.